Welcome back. Are your eyes itchy, nose runny these days? Spring allergies have been in full force lately. And our next guest, a cardiologist, says pollen exposure actually weakens your immune system's ability to fight off respiratory illnesses, which could lead to heart disease. Here to talk more about this is Dr. Stephen Sinatra with Healthy Directions. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Elizabeth. It's good to be here.
Thanks for being with us. Can you explain that link between allergies and heart disease?
Well, basically, the genesis of heart disease is basically inflammation. Whenever you have inflammation, it sets up an inflammatory response. Angry cholesterol gets in the way. We form foam cells, and this inflammation can set down plaque. Now, the problem is the inflammation from sugar? Is the inflammation from cholesterol? Or could the inflammation be from long-standing pollen, creating a prolonged inflammatory response? And that in itself, over time, can set up not only inflammatory lung disease, but inflammatory heart disease as well.
And so you have some tips for us. You say don't just run to that medication, that over-the-counter medication. You say maybe acupuncture might help?
Yeah, acupuncture can open up channels. It can attenuate the sympathetic nervous system. Remember, whenever you have an allergic response, the nervous system gets in the way, you're on sympathetic overdrive, and acupuncture can balance the sympathetic nervous system with the parasympathetic. It's almost like grounding. Grounding does the same way. In other words, if you can attenuate that hyperarousal, that hyperimmune response, if you can just bring that down a notch, that's going to help you with your allergies.
And diet. Diet always plays a role in everything, right?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things you got to avoid is sugar. Sugar and gluten and basically dairy. Those are the big three. I mean, absolutely. People don't realize it, but dairy, sugar, and gluten, they can be allergic to. And when the pollen is thrown on top of that, and if you do an allergy to it, it's going to exponentially increase it. So cut down on dairy, sugar, and gluten. Absolutely.
And supplements. Supplements are always a good idea.
Supplements. Oh, gosh. N-acetylcysteine, for example, it supports the glutathione in the body. I love andrographis. This is a supplement that came out of India and the China area. I absolutely love it. It's anti-inflammatory, and it also attenuates what we call the phagocytosis response, or the blood cell response. And they're using this herb in the India area right now as a combatant against COVID-19. So, you know, andrographis is phenomenal. Also, you know, I really like quercetin. Quercetin is found in onions and apples. You can eat it in a diet. You can take it as a supplement. And this attenuates the inflammatory response. And it's really incredibly helpful in any respiratory viral infections. That's been written up in the medical literature as well.
Okay, you're a fan of neti pots, which
yes,
I am also a fan of a neti pot. But this term earthing, can you talk about how earthing might help?
Oh, gosh. We have done so much research on earthing. And whenever you put your bare feet on Mother Earth, you're like, this picture right now is perfect, especially on the seashore. You're taking in the Schumann resonance. And what the Schumann resonance is, Elizabeth, it's basically, we call it 7.83 hertz. It's the humming of the earth, the om of the earth. And it comes from lightning strikes from the sun. And actually sun's rays from the sun, they penetrate the atmosphere, the lightning strikes the earth gets endowed with all these electrons. It's like taking handfuls of antioxidants. It's absolutely amazing. Grounding attenuates inflammation, and pollen sets up inflammation. So whenever you attenuate or bring down the inflammatory response, oh my gosh, you're supporting not only the body, the immune system, as well as the autonomic nervous system as well.
I've never heard of earthing.
Every single day, I put my bare feet on Mother Earth. I sleep grounded as well.
I like that. It's a little cold and wet and damp here in Chicago, but maybe we'll try it. For more information, visit drsinatra.com. Doctor, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.